I'm sort of, actually,
For those people that's online, can you hear me okay? If you can you just wave your hand? For my Zoom people,
yes, we can hear that. Rob.
okay.
I got him back. It's been so love. It's the miss.
Oh, really? This is not a lot. Yeah.
Okay.
Scheme, all right.
I know, they can't hear us, we trying to get the volume. Yeah, we got technical difficulties. Chaplain, you know, I'm gonna have you, lesson in a few minutes. Okay, thank you.
Hey, Kim.
Kim,
Yes, can you hear me?
Kim, I can hear you. It's a little bit low, but I can hear you guys.
Okay, good, thank you.
You're welcome.
Thanks. All right, so it is about 6:12 now. We're gonna go ahead and get started. So good evening, everyone, and thank you for coming out. Good evening. The food is there for you guys to enjoy, but please be mindful, the meeting is going on. So when you go up to eat, you know, just try not to disturb the people around you or, you know, any guests that we have up here speaking, okay? Okay, so, Chaplain Hill, can you please bless us in the evening?
Every year, Madam. Lord, we thank you for your goodness, for your mercy, for your grace. We thank you for this day, the day that you have made. We thank you for this community meeting. We ask that all minds be unified in you and in love. We actually bless our commander of this precinct, Commander McKay, as well as our Captain Griffin. Give them direction for this precinct. We bless and we ask in Jesus' name. Amen.
Amen. We're gonna get right into, Sarge. Would you like to, introduce our new captain and our new commander?
I sure would.
Good evening, everybody.
I introduce our new command staff here at the 11th Precinct. To my right, we have Commander Rebecca McKay. That's our new commander. And then to my right also, we have Captain Derek Griffin. So we want y'all to give them a nice round welcome like you gave all of our.
They're already family. They're from here. Okay.
They just returned home. Thank you. Okay, since they did the introduction for our captain and commander, I will let you guys take the floor and do the report.
Okay, yeah, that's fine. Do we usually?
You know, Michael Pierce, you don't think I'm talking in the none, so if you want to stay there, you can.
Okay, I'm just gonna stay here and I don't need a mic anyway, I'm loud enough, so. It's very nice to meet you all. I know I didn't get an opportunity to meet you all one-on-one. My name is Rebecca McKay. I am the newly appointed commander here at the 11th Precinct. I worked here at the 11th Precinct as a police officer on patrol between 2005 and 2009. From there, I was part of a B&E task force. They actually called it the Copper Theft Task Force. If you all remember back in 2009, how the people were stealing all the copper wires, climbing the poles, and getting all that. So I was part of the task force that went after these copper thieves, and actually we did some work in Lansing, got some legislation changed, actually helped pass the Scrap Metal Regulatory Act, which made it a felony crime to sell or buy stolen metals all across the board, which is huge. That helped us kind of reel in the scrap yards, get them into compliance and things of that nature. So from there, I did some work. We started going after individuals who were affecting the quality of life of our citizens by dumping, by graffiti vandalism, the theft of utilities, which is something that goes hand in hand with narcotics and the sales of narcotics. So I'm very familiar with all of those quality of life issues that are affecting you. We also did, we moved into the dumping crimes as well. Our team was very active when the cameras started going in the various areas. So if you are aware of areas where you're having a dumping issue, where a camera might be feasible, you definitely need to bring that to my attention, to our attention, and we'll work with the people that we built relationships with over the years to try to get some cameras in place if it's a place where we can get them in over here in number 11. So I'm really all about quality of life. There is no reason why any citizen in this city should have to drive down their street and look at grass that is,
Amen.
waist high, and homes that are blown out and burnt down and all these things. So I'm all about that. We aim to go after these kinds of issues that you might be faced with. And please feel free to bring these issues to our attention so that we can address them. What else? I worked at narcotics for a period of time, so I'm familiar with that type of thing. I worked at the 5th Precinct. I recently, before I got promoted, I worked at the Special Victims Unit. So I'm familiar with domestic violence, sex crimes, child abuse, things of that nature. So and then with the knowledge that Captain Griffin brings, you all are in really good hands. We're excited to be a team. We've never worked together like this before. We're already, buckling down and getting ready to suppress some crime. So with that, I'll hand it over to Captain Griffin so he can introduce himself and talk about some crime numbers.
Okay, so my name is Derek Griffin. Born and raised in Detroit, graduated from DPS, graduated from the University of Detroit, joined the police department, been in the military. So I'm pretty much a homeboy. I'm from the city, grew up in the city, educated in the city, and I'm a police in the city. And so when I say that, I'm committed to this city, and I'm committed to the purpose and the role that police officers and law enforcement play in the community. It's oftentimes that the city of Detroit is stigmatized with negativity, things that are bad, never anything that is uplifting and positive. And I stress that to the police officers that we have to be a professional police department and treat the citizens with respect. The people who live in the city are good people. Don't be misguided by what you see on the television, what you hear, what you read in the newspaper. The citizens who I grew up here, my parents would still be living in the city if they weren't deceased. So I'm committed. I preach. My job is to take care of the officers, take care of the citizens, and crime suppression. That's what I preach. That's what I live on. Crime suppression. I joined the police department in 1999. So in June, I'll have 25 years. So I've been blessed up until this point. And I've done that by giving the people that I have encountered their respect. All right, I started off working tactical. I worked at the 2nd Precinct, Southwest. I worked at the 4th Precinct. I worked at the 6th Precinct. I worked at the 8th Precinct. I spent 6 years at Homicide. I just recently spent the commanding officer of the detective unit at the 3rd Precinct. And then I was the captain of downtown for the past 15 months. So I was responsible for all 3 casinos, all 4 major league teams that we have here in Detroit, all of the stakeholders. So I'm familiar with the landscape of what the role is for the police with the community, because it's a fact that the police can't be everywhere. We just don't have enough police officers to be everywhere. That's why we need you. This is a team, the community and the police. So, but you have to have trust in us. So that means the police have to be professional and they will be held accountable. I can't walk and tell you that I'm going to do something and the police officers don't follow suit. They have to follow suit. Right, so that means I have to be an example for them because, as they say, the fish rots from the head. So it's important for the leadership team to be here and stand in front of you and tell you what our expectations are and what our commitment is to you. By end that, I'm going to report out on some of the things that have been going on, even though we've been here for 3 weeks now. I can say that our predecessors, Commander Pritchett and Captain Johnson, hopefully we can build the same relationship with you and even better than the one that you have with them. So I can report that, and so when we look at statistics, right, we talk numbers. The way that the police department, we are gauged based on prior year statistics. So that's how we're gauged as far as crime statistics. They look at the numbers for 2022, 2021, and then they look at what those crime numbers were in comparatively to what we're doing in 2023. So as we move into 2024, they will be looking at the crime numbers, we'll be battling against ourselves. So to report, which will make our job even more difficult in 2024, right now we're experiencing some pretty good crime numbers. So we have to, I would say we have to clap our hands and commend the police officers who are working in this precinct. We start talking about part 1 crime. These are your major felonies, your homicide, your non-fatal shootings, your robberies, your carjackings. Those things, those are the violent crime. For this precinct, we are down. And that's attributed to the officers, men and women who are working here. And I can tell you that is at the top of my list. I preach that crime suppression, because you should be free to get into your cars and go to the store, get gas, go to the market. Your children should be free to walk to and from school without being harassed or without being victims of crimes. So I'm committed to that, and I preach that. In fact, Thursday, this is the 3rd week, I'm launching a Operation Clean Sweep. So we're gonna start that off this week, Thursday. So with regard, so the 2 areas that I see coming in that we're having some issues with are robberies and burglaries and larceny. So those are 2 of the areas we're finding some success with some of our crime fighting efforts. However, robberies and larcenies are up. So I'm going to be coming up with some strategies, and I'm going to be requiring the lieutenants that are over days, afternoons, and midnights to come up with strategies to address these crimes. So it's not going to all come from our office. I'm going to engage the lieutenants and develop them and get their focus on crime and have them develop strategies on their platoons, whether it's days, afternoons, or midnights. So, so we talked about that, larcenies being up 7.6%. Not a lot, but any percentage of crime is a lot. Because when you're a victim, whether someone stole a tire off your car or whether you had a loved one shot and killed, it's all crime. And no one victim is more important than the other. So I'm gonna have an aggressive approach to crime. With regard to robberies, we've had about 10%. So we've had about 10 more robberies this year at this time than we've had last year. So as we move from now, it's November, we're moving into the holiday season. So Thanksgiving is right around the corner. I'm sure all of us are looking forward to enjoying some good meals and enjoying the company of our family and our friends. And then as we move into December, it'll be Christmas and New Year's. So just to kind of give you some framework as to where these events are occurring. So I'll start with the burglaries. So when we look at the incidents of burglaries, we're seeing some, for the holiday that is, we're seeing based on last year's crime stats, from 8 Mile to 6 Mile, from Russell to Shields, then from Emory to Stockton, Fenelon to Mile, Outer Drive to House Street, Spencer to East Outer Drive, Luce to Casimir, Buffalo to St. Louis, Halleck to Carpenter, and McDougal to Monarch. So those are the burglaries. So, and when you look at burglaries, you want to try to, and the advice that I would give is to try to make yourself a hardened target. Right. So when you're parking your vehicles, ensure that you lock the doors. Don't leave bags, don't leave laptops, don't leave those things visible in your vehicles. Because sometimes people, the opportunists out there, they just going around pulling on door handles. And if your car door is unlocked, they're gonna go through and steal whatever it is they can get their hands on. So make yourself a hardened target. Some of the other things that I saw, and a lot of people don't think about this, for those of you who have packages delivered to your home, try to remove those packages as soon as you can, or maybe have them delivered to an alternate location. And when you set those boxes out, I see a lot of people, I drive down the street and I just look, those labels, pull those labels off. Those labels have your names on it. People can still get your identity and go and buy a Jaguar or something in your name. Get the bill to your house for $1,000 car note. So just, be mindful of some of those things. With regard to the robberies, based on last year, we saw our map showed a heavy concentration of robberies from 8 Mile to Robinwood, from John R. to Lumpkin, from State Fair to 7 Mile, from Buffalo to St. Louis. Sorry about that. From State Fair to Stockton, and from Cary to Kemp. So when you're out, again, be vigilant when you're getting in and out of your cars. Don't fumble around with your keys. When you go into your car, you already have your remote in hand unlocked. And before you step out of your car, look around. We all, God give us all those senses, those instincts. Trust your instincts. If you're out, you see people hanging around, and they don't look right, they just wandering aimless or they're just standing about, call us, that's our job. Call us, that's a suspicious person, you know, park in well-lit areas if you can, if you know, don't travel with large amounts of cash. If you go in the store, you go on the market, whatever business that you're conducting or transacting, don't go in your pocket and pull all the money that you have. We all know y'all rich and blessed, but leave most of your money at home. Just take what you need, and if you can separate it in different pockets and so forth, do that. Don't carry large purses or bags or totes or what have you, backpacks. Just if you have a wallet, just carry a wallet with your identification and whatever else you need. If you have to wait at a bus stop, try to be in an area that's, you know, well lighted and lit. And if you can, when you go out, don't display all your jewelry. Try to cover it up, keep it at home. These are some of the simple things which you already know. I'm just kind of rehashing them for you just to kind of, so that we don't become complacent with our safety. So these are just some things I wanted to touch on. Again, I'm glad to be here, glad to be back. I was here in 2020, during the rough years, the COVID. Yeah, glad to see everyone here, live through that. I was here in 2020. I worked in special operations. I worked in the detective bureau here, worked the afternoon. So I kind of worked all over this building. So I'm familiar with policing. I've been around a while. I have some experience. So I'm going to be taking that experience. The chief appointed us over here to be the leadership team. And I can tell you, we're committed. I'm going to be accessible. Whatever I can do to enrich your lives as the community, that's going to be my role in ensuring that our police officers respond to whatever the needs are of the community, because we have to do this together. You live in the community, you want to see the community safe, you should be safe from harm. You should be able to live your life unaffected, and that is our job. That's why the city of Detroit pays us. And I'm gonna do my best to ensure that the men and women that's working in this building, they're gonna fulfill a day's work for a day's pay. So that's my commitment to you. So as I don't know, you know, the department moves us around sometimes quite a bit. But for the time that I'm here, I'm going to be committed to doing the best job that I can. For you. So that's all I have at this point, unless anyone.
Do you have any questions? Okay, hold on one second. Hold on. We're gonna grab the young lady in front of you next, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
All right.
Okay, I've noticed
Can
or
you
have
can you just,
had,
real quick, when you're speaking, can you just introduce yourself to us
okay.
so that we know and we can try to start remembering everyone? No,
Okay.
you're good. You're good.
My name is Yolanda McCants. And I'm also the president of the Detroit Police Citizen Academy alumni. If anyone is interested in joining our team, you can see me and I'll make sure that I get you aboard. Okay, but my question, I've had situations where the delivery people, Amazon, or whoever, because they come in any kind of truck, every kind of truck, even in cars, but they leave other people packages at my house. So I've called, but I mean, you know, you get whoever you get on the phone, it ain't the person you really need to talk to, but I have called and complained. And it all depends on whose packages it is. Sometimes, you know, our neighbors can be kind of irritated because you bringing their package to them that was left at your house. You know, because I had to really get kind of ugly with a lady. They left this big old box at my house. This is the third time. And I'm knocking on your door to give it to you, but who told you to get it? Well, who told them to leave? You know, so I'm just saying, I don't know whether it's something that I say we can do to notify the company that their drivers are leaving packages that don't belong to them at somebody else's house. You know, they say the porch pirates, all of them I don't think is porch pirates. You put something on my porch, it look like it might be working, I might open it.
Bill, but I know, what we can start doing is trying to dig up a number for citizens to call to make that notification or complaint to Amazon. I think it's the Amazon drivers that are driving around in all different vehicles.
No, they probably just get tired and they
Yeah.
just say, okay, it's in this block here. You
Yeah.
know, I understand that, but what if
Yeah,
there
that
have
shouldn't
been
happen.
this particular situation, I wasn't even at home. And I open the door, I got this big old box sitting here, well, it ain't mine. You know, my neighbors know, don't go on her porch, so.
So we'll see if we can dig up a number that we
Yeah,
can
so
pass
that-
out to everyone.
Yeah, it
Um,
should be. I mean,
yeah.
I don't know what is happening to someone else, but I'm just saying what I have experienced that those drivers come and they just drop somebody else's package at your house.
It's McCants, it's actually happened to me,
Oh, okay.
and so you're right. The potential sometimes, some people are confrontational.
Right.
Some people are easygoing. That's just the nature of people. And certainly we don't want our citizens in the 11th precinct to have to, even though you're doing the right thing. So we'll try to come up with a solution and offer it, but it is frustrating. I can imagine because it has happened to me. I usually just pick the package up
It is.
and
And
just walk the
they
next door.
hours of delivery is
Yeah.
that too.
Yeah, so I have that written down, so
Okay.
I'll be getting back with you on that.
Oh, okay.
You had a question right there in the front?
A statement. I noticed you mentioned about laptop. Oh, my name is Ruby Riley. You mentioned about the laptops. Remember, do not leave change in your change cups. If they will go in your car, you change because they have to be my neighbor. So no change, nothing in the cup.
Yes, and also for whatever reason, the car manufacturer hid your cell phone charger. These criminals will figure out a way to take the
Absolutely.
charger and start a car. So,
The newer cars,
Yes,
the newer
So-
Kia cars.
there's so many things, these criminals, if they devoted their attention and their efforts and their ingenuity into something, they can improve society. They can improve our lives instead of always looking for ways to victimize the people here that are working hard, or those of you who have worked hard and retired and trying to enjoy your lives. So be mindful of that, the change, put something over it, cover it, remove it, your cell phone chargers, put that in the glove compartment, put it out of sight, anything that you can think of. You have to protect yourself, things that you don't commonly think of the day-to-day. Criminals take these things as opportunity and utilize them as methods to victimize the good people here, so. Yes, ma'am.
My name is Joanne Manning, and have a business in the community, Granny Farm, and we're on Cashmere. And I just wanted to ask you a question. You mentioned that if we see suspicious people around, to give you guys a, I just was struggling with that only because, I know you guys are busy. Other crime stuff going on in the city. And Ms. Kim is always protecting you guys about, the crime that's out here don't fall with frivolous calls. Is there a number in particular we can call if it's not a 911 emergency, or if we just feel like we might need some extra protection?
So the city operates on the 911 system. So for those of you who don't know, the 911 system comes through a non-sworn person. So that person works for the police department, but they're not a police officer. So it comes through the 911 system, and then it's coded. And then once it's coded, it's then shipped to police dispatch or fire. So sometimes there can be a lag of 911 to police, fire, or EMS dispatch. And then on top of that, the calls are prioritized. So if it's a property crime and someone's being assaulted, the property crime police run is just gonna sit. So unfortunately, we have a number of individuals in this city that are committing violent crime. So some of those other part two crimes or other crimes that are not violent, they kind of get sometimes pushed down. So that just to give you an education on asking how to work. But if you need the policeman, call us. That's what we're here for. Yes, ma'am.
My name is Shirley Spears, and one about over on between.
Can you stand up so we can hear you a little bit?
And Mark.
Can you stand up so we can hear you a little bit better?
I've been trying to find my weekly to get a camera on between the Quinter, that was on Minnesota, between the Quinter and Mark Street. There's a vacant house and you all can see the jump. They just bring it and just out and they up on Minnesota. And I have come county control. I haven't even taken pictures and rolling up. Okay, they still doing it.
So I'm gonna give you all my email number, you get, or email address. Do y'all have something to write with? Okay. It's gonna be McKay, MCKAY, R 398 at DetroitMI.gov.
Can you say that again? Please?
McKay, MCKAY, R 398 at DetroitMI.gov. I check that email probably 30 times a day. All hours of the day and night. So email that number that
Everyone get it, get the email, needed to repeat it?
Yes.
Sure, sure.
okay, it's McKay, MCKAY,
Like the street.
R 398 at DetroitMI.gov. Okay, you're very welcome.
Is Detroit spelled out Detroit or D-E-T?
Yes.
No, spelled out, Detroit.
All together, DetroitMI.gov. Everybody get it? And I'm gonna give you mine. Griffin, D. Griffin, GRIFFIN, D as in Derek, 821. And it's the same suffix at DetroitMI.gov. I'll repeat it if anyone needs it. Griffin, GRIFFIN, D 821 at DetroitMI.gov. Everyone has it? Question? Oh, you had a question? Yes, ma'am.
Can the 311 balance, so I guess, can the 311 number be used for a non-emergency? Like you was requesting 311?
That's
You're
information.
gonna have to speak with the line on that.
If you want
And
to
if it's
stop.
something that, something takes the quality of life, then you guys can call my office. My office is 313-596-1118. You call, and if I'm not there, I have voicemail. I'll repeat, 313-596-1118. If you guys got quality of life, somebody, they left a abandoned car or they didn't take in their trash or whatever, you guys give my office a call for that. We'll take care of that. I'm starting with Scrooge.
Yes,
Last
ma'am.
name is STRUCE. Yep, just like the tree.
Yes, ma'am.
My name is Gina Brown Anderson. I'm with the Gardenia Community Block Club,
Okay.
and I've been complaining over a year for a boat that's sitting right in front of my home. And I've taken pictures. It's been tagged 3 times, and I've gotten no response. That I've gotten to the point that I'm taking a petition to write to the mayor to get it off my street. Cause I've been dealing with the police department.
Why don't you give us about a week and a half?
Okay.
Where's the boat?
Okay, the boat is between 20213 Goddard and 20227 Goddard, between Remington and Winchester. And it's been there a year. Goddard. And now they're putting brush inside of it, rubber tires in it, grocery buggy in it, and I've taken pictures, I've sent them.
We'll get that taken care of for you. Okay, yeah, we'll get that taken care of for you.
Thank you, please.
Are there any other questions or concerns? Yes, ma'am. Okay, then you're next.
Hi, I'm Johnny Williams, and. Oh, I have mentioned it in the meeting. 7 Mile and Henry. Between Thunder and Marks. In the alley has been an abandoned car sitting there for over a year. And I have mentioned that. For over a year, and that car is still there. You know what you mean? And that's a problem.
7 Mile and Emory,
Yes, because 7 Mile Henry between.
Quinta and Marks in the alley.
Yeah, it's in the alley.
What color?
I don't know,
Okay,
but see, I live on Marks between Henry and Lance. So when I leave my house every day, I look down both alleys, left, right, and that car's been there, it's over a year.
Is that alley passable now? Can
Yes.
cars get? through that alley?
Yes. Yes.
Hey, okay, very, very good.
Yes, ma'am. I have a question. On Gallup, your name, my name is Juliet, Vice President of Twin Block Club. My question is, on Gallagher and Remington, there's a homeowner that sell used cars. And on his corner of his house, he has about 8 to 10 cars for sale. This is on Gallagher and Remington.
Okay, all these, I encourage everybody to follow up with. Calling the number that Sergeant Spruce gave you related to these issues, so that we can make sure the captain and I have taken notes on these locations. And we will, definitely, Sergeant Spruce will ensure that these issues are taken care of, and we will see it through.
Okay, do you have any other questions for Captain and Commander? Yes, ma'am.
I'm Catherine Victoria. My question is about these people that leave their trash cans out. Now, we have a neighbor that we reported in August. And, I was told that somebody would go by and check, and they did. And then, I don't know how they notify people. That's my question too. How these people get notified when they get ticketed. But after we drive by, we took it out of the street and put it up on the curb, on the ground. Until trash day. And then he put it in the street and it's still there. And that was in August. So I'm assuming he got some kind of notice. I want to know what the process is. Because now we can really get out of our driveway. Especially like today when they pick up the trash. So the young lady that lives there, she has to back away from the trash and then pick it up. Well, she can't leave her house. So what do we do about that?
okay, yeah, I'm sorry.
I
I'll
got
talk
it
to you.
right here.
I'm gonna talk to you after the meeting. This is process. We go by, we find that garbage. Now, most people in this room, the garbage people come on Tuesdays. That's right. So we don't start doing anything until Wednesday. So we go out and we find that garbage can, we post a ticket on to the house, because we're supposed to give it to the registered property owner. But I don't think that works sometimes. Maybe we get the name of the tenant is, we'll put the ticket in their name. We'll put it in their mailbox, or we'll put it on their door.
So you get with me after, this is over.
Okay,
We'll get back out there and they'll give another ticket.
okay. Okay, thank you. Thank you, Ms. Mandel. Oh, yes, I got the same problem. And I don't know if she got it to it or not. Hers was in my driveway, I couldn't go out. And that one time, this happened twice. I had the police here, I did have garbage can, on a windy day, they fell over and garbage was all in front of my house. And, they would go telling me, if they got it. She started off taking it in, now she needs it back.
Okay, so you got anybody in here who has that same problem? We got an abandoned car in there that see me and my team after the meeting, and we're gonna make sure we get on. Go ahead.
Okay, and, Slimming and Big George is horrible over there. They got.
Hello?
20 times, trucks, I mean, and drugs, all over this, like in an empty lot and up and down the street. I know it's about 10 boats.
We're gonna have to. DPW to help with folks. So the tow company will not come out and get both. They can't do nothing with it. But see me after the meeting and we'll write that all down. Get it all down. Yes.
Hello?
She won't be, she won't.
It's not taking place on the street. Nobody comes out to buy ice cream, especially last week. When it was so hot.
Actually, man, it's still out there.
No stop sign.
Hello?
Watch that. So, somebody's trying to okay.
Yes, I'm trying to get into Miss Jackson.
Who is that on the phone?
This is Commissioner Shirley Birch. Shirley Birch.
Oh, Miss Birch.
Yes, may I speak?
Okay, we had other people in the room, so hold on, I'll get to you. Give me one more second. We have one lady ahead of you.
All right, that's okay. I'll hold on.
Okay, thank you.
I'm Rebecca Black, I'm the president of Single Block Club. How we deal with those garbage cans, we have people from Scott Different office that tell you the different one, what you can't have, that the grass, the tall grass, different things, they have put on their door. And I'm the block club, I put one on the door, and I don't have no problem with I put it on the door.
Where do you get those?
Scott Different office.
Okay.
Somebody back here.
We have,
We do have them available in our residents who don't mind going or that they their neighbors know about.
so you bring some to the next meeting, so we'll have them.
Yeah.
Okay.
They have to make you come.
Yes, if they come to the matrix.
Come get just.
Okay, but just in case they can't make it to the matrix, okay. All right, hold on one second, I'm gonna grab,
Oh, yeah, because Mark, what you got a problem with? We got about 5, 6 different things on that, you know what, on that, and you know what's, that's what we done? You see it on the door, and that's it. All right, most of my, neighbors know me, I've been there since '84. So a lot of them knows me, and they know I love to do that, and try to take care of anything.
right,
I try to go through the procedure.
Right.
Now, if you act ugly, then I'm gonna do something.
go right there. Okay, hold on one second, Miss Birch, you can go ahead and speak. Miss Birch?
Can you hear me now?
Yes, I can hear you.
Yes, very good. First of all, thank you, Ms. Jackson. I want to welcome the new commander. I think it's Commander McKay and Captain Griffin. Welcome to the 11th Precinct. I am former commissioner of this district, ma'am, and I would like to share with you first briefly, the good news is that the owner of the McDonald's on Conant has sold that store, but the other franchise owner is going to reopen it the 1st of next year and rehab it. That's the good news. The other good news is that everybody knows that Rite Aid in the Belmont Shopping Center had been closed. We now have a pharmacy right across from the BioLife on Conant called the Motown Pharmacy. That's good news. Now let me share the negative news with you that Mr. Officer Robinson is aware of this, that there is an illegal parking of a white car that I have already sent in. It's been parked on the lawn of these property owners for over 3 weeks. Nothing's been done. Then I put out a call to Mr. Hoskins of Animal Control about loose pit bulls on marks off of DeQuinda. So, ma'am, and I just want you to know that Miss Regina Gavin is the president of the DeQuinda Block Club, and Mr. Nolan is the president of the DeQuinda Block Club. We have joined forces so we can better help you in the crime and the upgrading beautification of District 3. And I wish you would please, officers and this Jackson, give my numbers to these new officers so I can share with them exactly what Commander Pritchett and DC Gardner was doing before they came on board. Please give my personal numbers to these two officers. Any questions of me, Ms. Jackson?
None at all, ma'am. I'm good, thank
Well,
you.
does the commander, do you have any questions of me?
I do not, ma'am. It's very nice to meet you. We're very happy to be here to serve you, ma'am.
Well, like I said, I need your personal numbers just like you can have mine, because that's how we get along, is that we report what's good and we report what's bad, but we do hold everyone accountable in number 11. You understand what I'm saying?
Yes, ma'am. We understand. Thank you so much for your input.
Thank you so much, and I'll hang up now. I'm finished.
Thank you, ma'am.
Good evening. Yes, ma'am. Your
Your
name?
Valerie Sawyer. We have a resident, she's a renter, and she leaves her trash can on the curb at all times. You've been ticketed more than once, and it's still there. She ignores the tickets, so how do we address that?
Okay,
She's a renter.
Sergeant Spruce.
Wait.
Well, I was just gonna say,
Oh, okay.
Sergeant Spruce gave his number earlier. Did you have his number? So for any light related issues or, quality of life issues, if you could just call that number Sergeant Spruce gave you.
My traffic can see me right after the meeting. I'll have some people in the corner. Y'all come find us. We won't be hard to find. We'll take down all your information. You certainly can. I'll give you my information after the meeting.
Yes, ma'am.
In the inside or list on marijuana facilities for company. I'm concerned about Salvation Army.
That's a big deal that I thought about that too. Yeah.
I was just wondering, do y'all get informed as to what's going to come in the neighborhood?
Usually, if we get informed, they're already in it. You guys have a current list of any upcoming new marijuana providers, recreational in our precinct. And now, we don't, we did check, we did actually check on that stuff, it's not in the building. It's in the honor from Birmingham. So we want to continue to do that.
He's from Birmingham, we'll put in.
Okay, can you keep an eye on that bill for us, please?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, is there anybody else online that has a question? Okay, we're gonna go back to the room.
The court, they mentioned about the marijuana, Birmingham, Rochester Hills, and the other, it's 3 of them, Berkeley, I believe, is fighting the marijuana, they won't let them out there. That's probably why he hold on to his building, just in case, if they don't let him in Birmingham, Rochester, Hills, they all fighting.
They don't want that out.
They voted down, when they voted down, I think it was Saturday when they voted down. Then you saw, somebody else saw it, voted down, and now, see, he's holding on that building so he can come back to Detroit. And we let everything in Detroit, and that's what makes me mad, we let everything in Detroit. I ain't scared of
City
people.
council. That's the city council.
They fight it right now.
Yeah, I agree. Yes, ma'am.
I'm trying to humble myself and ask you a question because, Commander, I know you're new and you're sending us this proof, but I want to ask Bruce first of all, is something gonna change? Because we have been giving you our issues. I've been doing it for years. So I'm trying to figure out what's gonna change that's gonna have you servicing us or our complaints more, or instead of just being tired of us complaining about it.
Let me tell y'all this. When I get y'all complaints, I work as hard as I can on your complaints. Sometimes they get solved, sometimes they don't, especially when it's an ongoing complaint. Because complaints keep coming in, so then I have to go to somebody else's complaint. But still get with me. Time, we're gonna handle all of the complaints. But you guys gotta remember, it's me and 5 other police officers that deal with about 15 square miles of that. So here's the thing, if I didn't get to you this week, keep calling. They say it's the squeaky wheel that's gonna get it. Don't let it fall in the crevices because my complaint load keeps coming. So don't fall in the crevice. If we didn't get it this week, call me again. Spruce, we didn't get it. Stay on.
Yes, ma'am.
Hi, my name is Kathy. So we do the new owners of the building at 5,007 Mile Road. And we're gonna put partially the mental health office there for the community and the community engagement space. And I don't remember the name of take a picture of where the like the boats, the cars are.
Are you talking about Improve Detroit Act?
Yes,
Yeah.
to take a picture of that, they will come and get that stuff, for real.
I'm using the Detroit Proof app all summer. I mean, that's the only thing they won't come. And Spruce told me specifically that they can't make any money off of towing it, so nobody will come and get it. So if they can't make any money, tell us where you want it, because I have somebody drag it to you.
Right. Yeah, I've used it quite a bit and they respond pretty quick enough. So I'm really surprised. Yeah. Yes, ma'am.
My thing is, I told you my name is Rebecca, I'm like, to the Black Club, we got a new sheriff in town, so you guys were smart there. With the police in this level precinct, is that doing what they're supposed to do, then you gonna hear from me.
Yeah, we expect to. We hope so, we hope so.
People know me.
We hope so.
Come at you.
We hope so.
All right.
That's what we're here for.
Okay.
So and back to your comment about the boats. The boats have to be picked up by DPW. So it's a different entity than
I know.
who takes care of Improve Detroit. So whoever gave you that information,
They told, the DPW told us to report it. That's the Department of Public Works, right?
yes.
They told us to report it as illegal dumping, and that's what we do. And if I've taken picture, I have everybody in the Gardenia Community Block Club. We send it in. We all send it in. We work together now. One complaint become 15.
Okay, well, we'll work on getting that resolved for you, ma'am.
Okay.
I have a lot of connections over there from the work that I've done in the past. With
Thank you. I appreciate it. I
So
really
we shouldn't have a problem getting that done.
Okay.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Yes, my name is Tom Vance. I live on Gotham Street, as far as the Block Club is. My biggest complaint is that you got speeds to the car.
That's what
You guys don't have a, getting speed on?
Yeah. Speed bumps, things everywhere.
I told you, everybody thought I was coming up my head when I said that, they can go, but they can have rain. Yeah.
Gotham plus, yeah.
Excellent.
Really telling you, so.
Yes.
Patrol cars, they come out real late, you know, and I mean, you know, and when I first came here, I kind of seen where they would do steam shots, you know, and stand back sometime and watch it for a couple of hours or during the weekend. That doesn't even happen. So, you know, I'm seeing crashes happen, you know, run up on my yard, you know, in the tracks or whatever. The car down the street just got hit, you know, running that stop sign. Stop sign helps a little bit, but they need a flashing light or something, or somebody to take a camera picture. When they pass by there, it's taking a picture of your license plate. When you go and buy your business, you get it in the mail, you know. So they need to understand these young kids. If I got a red mag that's running up and down the street now, that he thinks that he's in Fast and Furious, you know.
Is there a specific time of the day that this is happening?
He comes in probably about maybe like 10 o'clock,
3 o'clock in the morning, maybe 6 o'clock, odd times during holidays. He's running through there. And I mean, this just happened.
What's the description of the vehicle?
It's a red, Magnum.
Do you know where it
dented up
is?
Slightly. It's kind of dented up slightly. I never got the license plate, but then that's what I mean about the cameras, so we don't have to be wasting our time always going out there trying to write there. They need to have a camera posted up there, like I seen in some of these like Sterling Heights and whatnot. Put a camera up there and take that picture, snap it,
So it's difficult, just so everybody is aware, it's very difficult for us to put cameras in a residential area.
Well, there's kids.
What we need
that
to
go up in the morning.
But what we can do
Mhm.
is look into license plate readers
Yeah,
and see if we can maybe get license plate shots.
all right.
Cameras are very
Y'all run the
difficult.
Stop sign, it turns them a little bit slightly, but like I said, it's a racing track going on.
Okay,
And he's just one of many,
right.
because they've taken that one way, they're making Goddard a two-way. We've been on
Yes,
one way for
yeah.
decades now.
Yeah.
And Fleming, they're coming straight from 8 Mile, going straight to Pale's liquor store. And Fleming is a one-way from Outer Drive to Remington, coming towards 8 Mile, traveling north.
Right.
But they're taking it from 8 Mile, shooting, and they're speeding that.
We had a pit bull problem too. I mean, they come, for some apparent reason, they're drawn to my yard. And I mean, and I call them, then to come out, pick them up. They don't, they delay to come out at times or whatever. I keep them in the yard, I mean, I even try just to keep them there contained or whatever, and they don't show up. And these dogs, they love the hot fences. I have a dog, but he's well trained, where, he doesn't hop no fences, he don't do nothing. I mean, if people know me, they've seen my white dog, and he don't play. So as far as that's concerned, you can leave my gate open, he'll stay just where he's at, But I've had complaints about these dogs running around here, kids running from them. You hear a scream going out in the middle of the street, jumping fences or whatever, And I gotta come out there. I'm not afraid of these dogs, So, and that's one thing these kids, they don't know,
Right.
So I don't want nobody else to get hurt.
Right.
And I want
A
to
lot
ride
of
my
kids now that are walking Goddard and Remington, and I do not want them to get hurt. And then, they'll stand there for hours just watching. I see one private kid standing up there hoping somebody will come out there and save him. So, I appreciate someone would address that.
Right, it's definitely an animal control
Yes.
Issue,
Yeah.
so we will get with that, another city entity
Yeah.
that we're gonna need to get with.
I catch one probably practically every other week. That's how big that's coming through. And and they're these nice dogs, but here's the thing about it. I know that when they get them, they're gonna put them to sleep. And it's terrible. Some, these cats that's owners of them, they get charged.
Well, I'll tell you, the Detroit Animal Control is a no-kill shelter
Yeah,
unless the dog has viciously attacked somebody or another animal.
I agree.
So if the dog is friendly,
Yeah.
the dog is gonna be found a home.
Okay, well.
Or given back to its owner and the owner will get taken.
Well,
So-
that's a slim chance.
Yeah,
Because they've already gave me the story that they're overcrowded and they're putting them to sleep.
Same thing.
You can see me after the meeting and I'll put him in touch with our investigator.
Same thing.
Yeah, we do have a 11th Precinct Animal Control investigator. He was actually here yesterday.
Yeah.
And so, he does a lot of work with us. And so
I
we
mean, I
have
love
have
that,
issues.
man, but I mean,
So I'll get with you. I'll make sure you guys.
appreciate it. Thank you.
Okay, E. Owen, I see your hand is up.
Yes, good evening. I wanted to pose a question. I've had a complaint, or not just me, the whole block club in the area of Van Dyke, Sherwood, Nevada, and Davison. And we have been complaining about a basketball rim that has been on Iowa Street, right across from 7400 Iowa. This has been since I want to say maybe March, April. We've called the number for that Sergeant Spruce gave us, 596-1118. And it's been there all year, and it's gonna be there till next year. What can we do about that?
Hi, ma'am, this is Commander McKay.
Yes,
Thank you for your input. Is this basketball hoop blocking traffic?
it's in the street, yes.
Okay, is it interfering with traffic?
Well, it interferes with traffic because it's a one-way street.
Okay. Okay. Okay.
And the kids, when they're out there playing, they look at you like, what are you doing in the street?
Does it matter, Commander, if it's impeding traffic or not? Cause I thought it was.
Well, so I'm gonna have to go out there and look at it. I have, and I may not have a lot of people agreeing with me in this room when I say this, but I have a very strong belief that if kids are out playing basketball and they're not hurting anybody, they're not out stealing, breaking into your cars, and breaking into your homes, and things of that nature. I would like to handle a situation like this a little bit less than, yes, less aggressive than taking that room away and saying, you're not playing basketball here anymore, and things of that nature. I would much rather talk to those kids, come out there, have the NPOs go out, have a conversation with them, and talk about how important it is when they see a car come and get out of the street. You know, don't be aggressive toward people that are, you know, driving down the street, and drive home the fact that, you know, we think it's great that you kids are having fun and playing out here. That's just how I feel about the basketball hoops.
I understand that, ma'am, but that is a city street that is for cars, not for in the street. And also there is a park that is less than a block away. So no, I don't agree that kids should be out in the street playing basketball. Their cars are coming down a one-way street. So I do not agree with that, especially like I said, if there is a park that is provided with basketball rims for you to play in, not in the street, but at a safe park area.
Okay.
So now, and being a resident on that street, no, I do not agree with having kids out in the street playing basketball with the basketball rim in the street. Now, if it's on your property, in your driveway, I don't have nothing to say about that. But on a city street, no, it should not be there.
Okay, Ms. Owens, we're gonna try to address that. I'm gonna have the NPOs go out and have a conversation with the kids and the parents, and we'll see what we can do about that basketball hoop for you. Okay?
Thank you.
There's a hand, she's had.
I'm sorry, I'll get you next, okay?
I want to make a comment on the neighborhood police. Starting school, walking from over there. You know, from Carolina County, it's all blocked there, and they take very well care of our children. I mean, once they're done, when we call, they come. I want in his office any given time about stolen cars, cop shops, domestic, whatever, and they right on the spot. They want to give it their props.
Oh, I feel them, they try.
And one of them and 8 now. But we got a big issue with the speeding situation, with them coming from one side cross 8 miles, and when they come across, They are flying, and this lady right there behind the gas station, beautiful home. They done went into a fence 3 times in one. So it has they come down, they lose control, and they right, she didn't have to be placed 3 times the whole course. They're gonna be in her house. Someone needs to monitor that area. Between dusk and 1 o'clock in the morning. And I mean, 3 times, she left that and she was talking to replace it in 2 months later. Drive past there, people white driveway with red brick. Her porch is tore up again, you know, and that's saying. And she's an older lady, loves her property, and they keep doing it. You know, I don't know if they need to do something to the street, because they repaved it, but they tip. And they do that as a speedway, they come flying, and I don't know why, but they lose control right there, and they put something in her yard every time. Right around.
Is that on Sunset?
No.
Oh, Ryan. Stop.
I want to piggyback with the man. If the kids are playing basketball, you know, then you're not committing any crime. But the problem with that is that in the summertime, when the days are longer, those kids may be out there for 6, 7 hours, pounding us off. And after a while, it's like a recognition in your brain, you just keep hearing the pounding and pounding. But the other problem is that you have these kids out there playing basketball, and they don't have any respect for the person's yard. They're all over the person's yard, and you don't have parents out there trying to discipline these guys. You know, so there's a problem here for having these kids out on the street playing basketball. You know, now if they have a driveway, fine. If they go back towards the door, that's fine. But if they can just keep those basketballs off the street, and like I say, and some of these parents that these kids are playing in front of their house, and the kids are all alone. These people won't say anything to it. You know, but they'll complain to everybody else. Look at my lawn.
So are they putting the hoops in front of houses that don't belong to them?
Yes, yes.
They drag them from different areas, just like
Okay, well, that's something, if we have hoops, we need to get out there, we need to talk to the, well, wherever the hoops are, whatever home they're in front of. We'll work through that. Yes, ma'am.
Okay, this will be the last one, and we're gonna move on.
Okay, about the basketball hoop, now we had a problem, a little thing between Outer Drive and 89. Now, when we had that problem, they came out there and talked to the young people and told them they couldn't have it on the street. It's just allowed to have it on the street. At that time, they didn't work about 7, 8 years or more. The police came out, talked to them, they do no good. The police did, they brought right back out. You know what? I called them again. You know what the police did? Came out there with a truck and got it. And we have no more problem.
They're not.
I disagree with you. With somebody I didn't see. You know what I noticed? While we did that, they were selling drugs. The cars would pull up there, and the kids would sell drugs, playing basketball.
Well, that's definitely a different story than kids playing basketball. That's narcotic sales.
Yeah, but
So that's different.
and that's why we don't need them. But that's what we
So
we don't from everybody. We don't tolerate basketball in our area on our streets. You know, we had it a couple times. We got rid of it real quick. But when that police came out there and put that thing on that truck, we had no problem.
okay, well, we're gonna address that as a case-by-case basis. We're gonna address these basketball courts.
Hey, yeah, you saying that you got to talk to these kids off. They do not give you on the rest of the street. Go they do not. We had the problem coming here. Coming down Gallagher.
We have to stop and let
They
them
wouldn't even let us
play
through.
their basketball before they let us.
They wouldn't even let us through.
Get rid of the
So
basketball.
get it down like they did on Peter Street.
I think there was the ordinance, ordinance.
There used to be, there used to be, but I don't know that it, it's enforceable anymore.
So one of the problems, because we had a list, we go around, we
Go
dig
get
up
'em.
a tow truck and everything, but
Right.
since then, you know, we don't have the same access because the tow trucks were taking them, they were stacking them, and they were piling up And then the tow truck stopped picking them up for us. And we used to have DPW come out and pick them up. Then they were not able to. And so, you know, like, we still, you know, depending on, you know, the time,
Y'all
whatever.
just stopped after that?
Not necessarily, we just try to figure it out because something that might have worked, like she said, like that was me actually on that cleaning thing. And we were able, it was easy, it was a lot easier. So sometimes things change and we just gotta work through it. So we figured out. We get it squared.
Yeah, the door, that's right.
That's how it gets done, that's how the crime happens. You talking about
You-
breaking in houses.
if
and
you-
whatnot,
if you have
they
pe-
right there, that's where they at.
Well,
Yeah, I mean,
If you have people that are playing basketball and dealing drugs, you have narcotic sales going on. We need to address that for sure. And when we address the narcotic sales, the basketball hoop's gonna come with us, right?
Okay.
But just like D-Rob said, it's difficult when we have tow truck drivers that aren't gonna take the
I
hoops.
understand.
So the best thing right now, in case by case basis,
Yeah.
if you got people dealing drugs, that's a whole nother issue. We got a whole nother thing to deal with.
Still have to find
And
another
we're not talking about
basketball
kids,
stuff, dog.
I'm sure we're talking about young adults.
No, these are like.
No.
They got their pressures. Okay, so teenagers. So teenagers
Yes.
that are dealing drugs,
Right.
we gotta address that as a
Yeah, but
narcotic sales
Talking
issue.
about a neighbor that sits
And-
there
and
and then if they report it, they're gonna bash their house, do whatever. These are senior citizens out there.
No.
Okay, so they're gonna try to be as quiet as freak, but get rid of the court, and then that'll cease the rest of the problem. Send them down there to the park, and get them do that thing out there, whatever, and you can do finger anybody with drugs or whatever you wanna do, but get them basketball courts up off our street, period. That's it.
So we're gonna work on looking at the basketball courts, but I do want us to, if there is drug sales going on, but you don't have to report, you don't have to be a witness. You don't have to come to court for that. All you have to do is report it to 2240 or send it to the email I sent you.
Daughter right here,
We didn't do that either.
right here, that died of a 9-gun shot. That still has been murdered, still have, and you know where they were finding that? At a basketball court. Okay, so I know what's happening, I know what's going on, but I need you to do something for us. Which is
And that's
get
what
rid of the courts. Period. Put them anywhere else, but don't put them in our neighborhood.
Yeah, amen.
Get them up out of here.
That's right.
That's it. That's gonna calm down a lot. You're gonna have a Merry Christmas after that.
They don't have any somewhere.
It sure don't.
They don't have no-
So I mean, it's a problem. You know, one is like a domino effect. You know, you take care of that, it'll take care of the rest. Trust me. That's what's happening. I got these kids now, right now, in the middle of the street fighting on lawn. A new crew.
All right, I need y'all to see me after this, give me all the information you can about that location. So see me after the meeting.
Okay, we're gonna keep moving on, because it is 7:22, not to cut the commander and captain short, not by far. But we do have some things we need to cover real quick. First of all, back in October, we collected $75 for the Halloween candy, well, supposed to be candy. And we had collected another 75 that I literally picked up. So we collected $155 to get candy. What I did, I didn't want to do candy. So I went to Sam's Club and I bought different varieties of chips. From the sun chips, the Miss Beef, to the hot flaming, to the cheesy tangy, and we had over 400 bags. I wound up spending $201 for the chips. I give it maybe an hour, they were gone. They were gone. Then we went through pink, and I know I probably went through a good 4 or 5 boxes. I'm talking about like one of them chip boxes of candy. So first I want to say thank you to everyone that contributed that. I mean, that really helped out. I just loaded them. I just took the boxes, poured them in the back of the car, and as the kids come, we were just swinging them out the back. So to everyone that participated, thank you so much for that. On October 26th, and this is something I would like to start doing, but next time I'll make sure it's a little bit warm. But anywho, what we did on that day is we went in the community to feed the officers. and not just here at the precinct. I think it's good for our neighbors to see our officers coming out, not just to arrest, argue, fuss, you know, just to see them and say hello and let them enjoy lunch. I would like to start doing that more in the community. I like to start doing it in different areas, but I'm done for this year. It's too cold. But when it does get warmer, I would like to see our officers in our communities more, where our neighbors can see our officers, learn who they are, and realize that these officers don't play, not here in number 11. I don't care where you come from, this is what's happening in number 11. So that's something I would like to maybe talk with Sergeant Spruce and our captain and commander. Hopefully we'll still have y'all for a minute. And I would like to really to get you guys out there, because my neighbors were so in awe. They were like, oh my God, they came out, no lights, no sirens, they were here, they enjoyed themselves. They spoke to the neighbors, they talked with the neighbors. So I think that makes a big difference. And I really want to start kind of maybe spread the love out a little bit more. Understand, don't nobody get mad at me, but I'm gonna be very selective on where to eat. I want everybody to understand. So if somebody volunteer, I'm gonna check it out first. And if it don't sit well with me, it ain't happening. And if you get mad, I'm sorry. But I'm gonna make sure that they're okay. And that where they're going, it's gonna be somewhere safe for them to go, for them to have their meal. Okay? Yes, ma'am.
Something like that.
Okay. And I like to do a couple by law, putting y'all out. I know, but I'm
Yes, ma'am. You know, we had that on the block club in the middle. We had a food truck, and we had the officers come by there.
Yeah.
And here we had that. That's what
Yeah.
officers.
And that's what I say, in different areas, people get that's different things. So if my food truck will work good for you over here, but maybe somebody want to grill over here, or maybe, and that's all fine and dandy. But I would just like our officers to be out with so the community can see they're out there. Let me clear it up. They're out there, but this time they'll be out there in a different way.
Yeah, different way.
They might make the people feel a little more at ease to see, oh wow, they eat like we do, they chilling, you know, just something that I just want to think about, you know, because I know my neighbors enjoy it.
Yeah.
So I just thought that was something. Yes, ma'am.
On what she said, the vice president, we did have that out in our area, we also had the city council come out. They came out and talked to our neighbors, and all the neighbors that had been out, you know, kind of acting without each other, they all came out with the food truck. They see the police talking about different places. I think few of them want to know about gun license and this and that. It was a good thing. So I totally agree with you.
I agree. And I noticed that when it took place, I'm like, this is something that I think can really kind of kick off and start something.
Don't they have a name for it though? It was something, it was Cops on the Street or something?
No, you
Cops on the Block. Okay,
yeah. We didn't make
Brenda Hopkins, and I'm a member of a James Clear Post, and I'm with the auxiliary. And I just like to give all the police officers a shout out for hosting event at James Clear Post for the veterans. I love my veterans.
Yeah.
And they have done so much for us.
Yes.
And I think it was a beautiful thing that y'all honored the veterans and let them know that they are appreciated.
Yeah.
So I just want to say thank you.
They do a great job every year.
Thank you for that.
Yeah. They always do a great job. Yeah, they do a great job every year. Okay, now I did send an email out for Sunday, November 19th, which is this coming Sunday, is the turkey bingo.
Right.
We're only accepting 100 people. So here's the skinny. If you did not get an email, let me know at the end of the meeting. I'll get your address and I'll forward you the email, and you need to go on that link and you need to register. Okay, wait, I'm going to stop. Okay.
You guys have not RSVP.
After this meeting, y'all need to meet me at my office, so you don't have to go online or any of that.
That take care of that?
Get you RSVP for Sunday. So the event is gonna be at, I'll get to you in a second. The event is gonna be at James Europe VFW Post. It'll be Sunday the 19th. Time will be from 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. Our theme this year is afternoon tea. Don't want you to dress up in your afternoon tea finally. And come on in and have afternoon tea, and we're gonna transition from afternoon tea into bingo. So here's the rules. You gotta be 55 years and older. So see me after the meeting.
And no flask. Don't bring a flask. Trying to spike that tea.
Okay, our next one. Here we go. You know, next month would have been our Christmas party. I'm not doing it this year. And I'm gonna tell you why. I'm tired. It's only Leon and I that do this every year. And we, our officers, they help as much as they can, but this is an event for you guys. To me, they should not be in here hoping. They should be in there enjoying. It's a lot of work, and it's a lot of money that I spend just so that our account doesn't go to zero. And I thought about it, and I said, the only way this is gonna happen, if there's some more volunteers that would like to help with the Christmas party. And here's the scheme. We can probably get a place. Or if, sorry, we'll have a conversation, but we will find somewhere if you guys really want to do this. But I'm just not. And I don't want to sound cold or mean, but it's a lot on one or two people. It's not just this event, it's all of the events that we try to participate in. I'm gonna participate in them. And it's a lot when you don't have secretary, you have no one to call. But thank God Leon is retired, because I'm on his line. I know his wife probably said, well, what is she calling for now? So I understand, but that's the thing, it's getting hard with just two people. So if we can find more people to pitch in and help out, that would be great. But if not, it's okay. We can miss 2023. I'm praying we can do better in 2024. And we'll move from there. But what I will do is I'm gonna make sure that even if we don't have a Christmas party, I will be sending out the 2024 community meeting calendar. I'll be doing that. So look in your mailboxes starting maybe in January. If we do not have one, I like to try to have one because I put the calendars out there for you guys to take. But if we don't, then we'll cross that road and I'll make sure you guys get emailed out. Yes,
Are you saying we are not having a Christmas party, or are you?
I'm not doing one, but I am open for if someone else mind helping, I'll be more than happy to help. I just don't want you to all follow me. I just don't.
Maybe we can have a committee.
I would love to do that. I would love to do that. And if we could, that would be great. And you guys have my email address, you guys have my cell phone number, you guys have all the numbers you can. If you want to go for it, let's get together, even if we have to put a Zoom together and come up and say, who's gonna do this, because this is my thing. I am so flipping tired. Not tired, but I'm anal when it comes to making sure that things are done and done right, and they're done nice, and they're done pretty, and I don't want to half-ass do nothing. If you want to come in and you do that, then I don't need you. Right. Because I don't do it, so I'm not gonna allow you to do it. Right. Okay.
When do you usually have the Christmas party?
The Christmas party would have been December, which would be our next community meeting, December the 12th. The times will still stay the same from 6 to 8. So we're not gonna like veer off or anything, we're just gonna keep it on the same day we would normally meet for our meeting. So that's what it would have been, December the 12th, and it would become 6 to 8. Okay. So I hope, did I answer your question? Yeah. Okay.
How many volunteers you think you would need, Kim?
Probably with myself included. included,
Not working hard, how many?
not
Yeah.
working hard,
Yeah.
I would say at least three. Three good, hardworking people can do it. 'Cause if
So
I
we need six. So we need six, okay, thank you.
Say four, okay, I'll open to four, and I'll be there to, you know, I would not leave any of you all alone. I'm not gonna say just wing it, I'm going to be there. And if you need me, you can call me, you can email me, you could do what, I'm going to be there for you. I just don't wanna do all the humping, I just don't.
Gotcha.
Okay, cause see, we got a hump a turkey bingo this Sunday, so that's, you know, and now I gotta work for Christmas. It's too much, it's too much for two people to do, it's a lot. Okay. Do we have any questions, concerns? Donovan, how are you this evening, buddy? You got any good news to tell us?
Yeah.
Yeah.
How's everybody?
Hey, you'll be right behind the buddy.
For those who don't know, my name is Donovan McKinney, state representative.
Stand by the podium.
14th House.
Stand by the podium, so.
Okay. So our 14th House district, you guys already know we redistricted. It's actually in the courts right now, so they might end up switching the districts up. Just stay tuned in the news. But our district primarily goes from Conant to the west, Hoover to the east, a little south of Davison, all the way to 13 Mile. So it has this side of Detroit, majority of Warren and all the center line. The district split is 30% Detroit, 70% Macomb County. It is a majority white district. The first Black person ever to represent Macomb County at the state level. Also, the only Black person right now representing the majority white district. So it's very challenging. I appreciate it. It's very challenging, as you can imagine. But we're trying to bridge the gap with the 8 Mile divide. I think it's a good thing because the forces have come together as one region. And I'm having conversations now on the Macomb side that you might not normally have. And to be frank, Black people live out there too. So, and they deserve representation. I do have some good news. Warren, I don't know if you guys know, 36 communities last week hosted local municipal elections. Detroit was not one, but the cities of Warren and Centerline was one. Warren just elected, first time in history, their first person of color and or a Black person to the Warren City Council. I helped endorse her, amazing woman named Melody McGee. She has everything 8 Mile to 14 Mile, the Queen of the Rhine. So check out for her. We're doing a lot of things together. Couple events coming up. One of the things we're doing is hosting our coffee hour, November 29th. I'm sorry, not November 29th. November, what is that Monday after Thanksgiving, the 27th or 29th? It's the 27th. November, Monday, November 27th, from 11:30 to 12:30. It's going to be at a place called R&B, like the genre, R&B Tea. It's right there on the corner of 12 Mile to Quinder, and Warren. Right across the street from the old Universal Mall. R&B Tea, again, is going to be Monday, November 27th from 11:30 a.m. to 12:30 p.m. Another event we're doing what is called a toy drive, a charity celebrity basketball game. It's going to be closer to 8 Mile at Lincoln High School, on the corner of 9 Mile and Van Dyke. That's going to be Saturday, December 16th. At 2 p.m. And the mission is either you donate a toy, we're partnering up with the Children's Center and the Salvation Army and United Way of Southeastern Michigan. It's going to be big. We're going to have a lot of younger celebrities because my elders, I don't want them breaking any legs, man. Because we invited some folks last time. We did this right before COVID. And we had a couple folks break some bones. So so we're trying to get the young people out there.
Do you have a website or something?
Yes. So my website, if you go on house.mi.gov. Okay. House
house.mi.michigan.gov. And you just type in my name, Donovan McKinney. It'll pop up, or you can just type me in on Google and it'll pop up. Click right there. We'll have a bunch of events on our webpage. Another thing we're doing, just so you guys know, we wrapped up the end of the year for session. We got a lot of monies in this year's budget coming to the district. I want to shout out Loretta, Director of Farlow Recreation Center. She's been fighting hard to keep the rec center on flow, and there's some things going on right now, but there's some more special things. And I'm proud to say, I think I announced it a couple months ago, but it's really official. We're going to be doing a check presentation soon. But $2 million coming to Farlow Rec Center. We've also got 700,000. How many people know where the Counter Creek facility is? Hospital. They do some mental health resources there, inpatient, outpatient. We got them $700,000 as well to continue on their mental health journey. We all understand how crucial mental health is in our community. Another thing we were able to do, infrastructure, a lot of infrastructure. So somebody who pointed out 8 Mile and Ryan with the accidents that are happening, was that happening before the construction? It was still happening? Okay, because I know those, but like it's uneven right now. They're on construction because this is uneven right now. Yeah.
Every crossway that you ride on is a gift.
It is, and so we're working on that. We got a lot more money. I know you guys are frustrated. I said this before in the last meeting. You guys are frustrated about this. Yeah. And listen, we got more money from the state coming into the counties and to the cities. You're going to see more streets being fixed and sidewalks being fixed. So we're working on it. We got over $500,000. I mean, not $500,000, $500 million. 500 million statewide to fix local roads. So they're going to be seeing a lot of that. I know people are frustrated right now with the construction barrels. Forgive us, we got to fix the infrastructure. Another thing we're doing is we got $600 million to fix lead service lines and sewage lines underground.
Amen.
Okay, so
Amen.
you guys are seeing it on Island Drive right now and all of that, like interceptor projects. There's going to be more of that happening in the next few years. We got,
When you talk about is that on Otter Drive between Van Dyke?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
That's been there a long time.
That should be wrapped up by the end of the year. I think I got the December 21st. I heard it's the last day. And they're supposed to be fixing. I've been on them about it. It's been so they've got it has been years. And they got postponed quite a lot because the parts it takes and everything got backed up because of COVID. So
It's coming out of there.
it stinks. Listen, I live over it stinks. Okay. So we're on that right now.
But it's not just like the stench at 8 Mile and Gross Bay.
It's all interconnected. So you'll be surprised how far that main interceptor line goes. It goes all the way north to Romeo, goes all the way down to the river. So we're included in that. And so they're trying to fix it. And you'll be surprised like how hard it is to fix these pipes on the ground, especially how old it's splitting pipes. Lead pipes. They gotta take all of that out, do it, and make sure that our water isn't interrupted. It's like a conundrum. It's a puzzle.
So galvanized pipes is all crumbled up.
It's nasty. I took the hard hat. I went down there. But we're fixing that stuff. Another thing we're doing is we put a lot of money in the schools, record funding in K-12 education, as well as higher education. So if you guys know anybody who graduated K-12 or, got their diploma or whatever it may be, GED, they're looking to get their education, continue their education, they haven't done it or they already done it, they kind of screwed up. We have something called, the Michigan Reconnect program. It is an amazing program. It's free tuition for those who qualify, who want to get into the trades, who want to get into higher education. They can do it. It's on the Michigan website. Just go to michigan.gov, Michigan Reconnect program. I'm sure we all know somebody
whether it's a young person or older person that want to go back to school, that want to gain some resources and skills and make a better life for themselves. So we're doing that. I mean, so many good things coming in. Another thing we've done, I talked about roads, talked about the lead pipes, 702, something else, I can't remember, but a lot of money is coming from the state. Historic budget, $82 billion overall. A lot of it, Detroit, I'm gonna tell you the truth, has got more money than the history of the state budget. It's coming to Detroit. About a quarter of this year's budget is coming to the city in some form or fashion. And it's because, I'm gonna tell the truth, y'all shout out the speaker, Joe Tate, he's from Detroit, y'all.
Yes.
And me and him work together. I'm the only Detroiter, by the way, on appropriations. On the House appropriations, so me and him work in tandem to ensure that money was coming back home because we've been left out for so long, and it's time for us to get our just due. The rest of the state is pissed off, but I don't care. It's time for us to get the money. And so we're working on next year's budget too. I'm working on getting some. I took care of like the big ticket items for what I think our community needs.
Yes.
And we're doing broadband infrastructure too. But one of the things I'm working on, and I called Kim, and anybody who has a 501c3, we're working on getting some, and you know, I called you, Joyce, and like some other folks, I'm trying to get some of those dollars coming down to the smaller groups. Because this is the first time in 40 years, Democrats are in power. And because of the recent elections, we're tied. Because two of our members on the Democratic side ran for mayor, and Warren and Westland, they end up with. So that's part of the reason why we decided to end a little early before Thanksgiving, because the Republicans are playing games. They pissed off that we got the majority. They're not giving us no help. So they're gonna stall everything that we're trying to do. So now we're waiting on the governor call, what is called a special election. We'll still be calling it sometime in the next few weeks, and hopefully by February, March, we'll have a majority back. And then we can get some more money in next year's budget. But if you guys got anything that we need help funding from the state, just let me know. I'm here for you. I'm gonna pass out my cards. But I know it's towards the end of the meeting, I don't want to take up too much time. But just let me know. I'm here for you guys.
I just got one question.
Yeah, go
I asked you this last time about the connection between the state and the county.
Yes.
The contractual language that we're using to give people contracts to service us in Detroit. I'm trying to understand, why are they giving people contracts and not having them fully service us, only cutting us, having us like it's grass, like, hey, from Van Dyke all the way to DeQuinder, and no one's weed whacking around the curves. It's just going up above the curve. And the contractor really called me, and when I asked him, I told him about the issue. He was like, well, what's in your boundaries? I said, I don't just care about my boundaries. I don't care about everybody's boundaries. And he tried to get $500 from me just to weed whack around the curve. So I don't want him to have a contract, and I do have the company's name.
Wow.
Yeah.
So that's on Outer Drive?
That's from Van Dyke. I took pictures from I drove Van Dyke all the way to DeQuinder.
Okay.
Nothing's been cut, and I just happened to run up on them laying down, and I got out and took pictures of them. And yeah.
So we got a contact, you know.
And our county rep actually gave them my phone number. I don't know why they would give them my phone number, because I was calling my representation to ask them, why are you giving these people the contract if they're not doing all the work? And the contractor actually called me. I'm like, I'm not doing it. And he told me it would be millions of dollars if we get all the way down to Van Dyke. I said, well, y'all don't need a contract.
Send me the name, and I can put a letter. See, I don't control that. That's your county folks.
That would be my stop, right?
Yes.
Okay.
And I'm gonna send a letter, my office to send a letter to her office, demanding them to look into the.
That's something contracts now, we got our members, we trying to educate ourselves. To bonds, contracts, how you giving out contracts, all these questions and fights they've been having for years. The community needs to educate themselves. So we'll know we have people in our own community to charge a lot less than that. We giving away money. For nothing?
Yeah.
That's not fair.
Yeah.
And that's bad business, whoever's negotiating them contracts. And that's why we look at them and they tell us one thing and we don't vote with them, so they go do something else and then they take kickbacks in these contracts. So we got a problem.
You already know.
Yeah.
Bad.
Yeah.
Ms. Jackson.
Oh, one last thing, we just celebrated Veterans Day. We're putting together a big event with the county, the state, and the federal folks at Greater Grace Temple. It's a veteran resource fair happening, Greater Grace Temple, what is it, Wednesday? What's today, Tuesday? Thursday. I'm sorry, it's gonna happen this Thursday, from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. at Greater Grace. Everybody's invited, from vets to the spouses, the family members. They're gonna have utility resources, housing resources, healthcare, you name it. So if you know of that, you know your family of a vet, please attend. Make sure you spread the word. And I can send it to Kim too. I'm not sure if you got this.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, I'll send it to you.
I'll make sure you guys.
Yeah, this Thursday, 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. at Greater Grace Temple, West 7 Mile. Yeah.
Ms. Jackson.
Yeah, my email, by the way,
Ms. Jackson,
it's,
somebody trying to get.
oh. Okay, real quick, email, I'm sorry. Okay, email is Donovan, DONAVAN, McKinney, MCKINNEY at house.mi.gov. And I'll give you guys my card too. Donovan McKinney at house.mi.gov. Listen, you see the stack? I already knew this was gonna be a jam-packed meeting. I come on my card. You already got my info. You got my info.
Okay,
Ms. Jackson.
hold that thought for a minute. Commander has one more thing that she wants to bring to you guys' attention, so we're gonna let her have the floor.
So December 5th, from 10 a.m. to noon, we're gonna have a coffee, snacks, and conversation with cops here at the precinct. So everybody can come back together December 5th, from 10 a.m. to noon. We gotta sit down, have some coffee, break a little bit of bread, maybe some bagels and donuts and some sodas for those that don't drink coffee, and water, tea. Coffee. Okay, all right, we'll have coffee and tea available too. So I look forward to talking with everybody and reasoning through our issues. Reasoning through any kind of issues that are ongoing and that we need to address. Okay, that's all I had. 10 a.m. to 12.
We'll send a flyer out as well.
Yeah, we'll send a flyer out.
I got a question, Jim.
Yeah.
I had a question for the community. Have you been receiving letters from the American Water Resources Company?
Yeah.
So what is that? Is that a scam or
No, not
what?
already.
Uh-huh.
If they want you to pay now, right? 90 something dollars.
A year.
Right. Now, if anything happens to your sewer line, that main one, and something goes wrong, instead of you coming out of your pocket paying it, this company, American Water, Sewage, and whatever, you go through them and they will pay for it.
So
well, the only problem I have with that is what would happen to your line unless somebody's out there working?
And that's it. The lines are so old.
Right.
Right, until they're gonna repair them. But if they go in that main line and it damages your line, I guess that line that goes from your house like to the backyard, they have to pay that. That's not gonna be on you. If it breaks.
I know, but the contractor have to pay that anyway.
No, they're not.
You broke your line.
I'm trying to tell you what I know.
And they said that because your equipment's gonna be outdated, they're gonna be putting in new equipment, and your equipment is not gonna be able to tolerate that pressure.
They're gonna put in there, so something's gonna break. And when it does, then of course, they're gonna be responsible because now you have the insurance for it. Whoever doesn't get the insurance, well, that's gonna be on you. And that's what they're trying to do.
It already happened.
Yeah, it's already started. I'm headed
I know the
for
West Side has it already. I did it.
I have two. Right after this came out.
And that's all they do, if they want to, they break something, they wait a year. That's what I
Right, if
like.
they break something.
Ms. Jackson, to the state rep. State
It's
rep.
And it's an annual, every year, it's gonna be an annual, like insurance. every
Yeah,
year.
and they actually do it monthly. They are actually take $2 and some
Yeah.
change from
Yeah.
for one and $5 for another.
Mhm.
It totals up to about $7.99.
Yeah.
That just don't sound fair to me.
It does not sound fair to me. It's breaking my line.
All right, so let me, so
Jackson.
I was educated on this a little bit. My brother actually works for the Great Lake Water Authority. And so,
And that's what I'm.
so he told me some things that happen, like, you know, say, just for instance, somebody's working on a line like down here, say on Nevada. You know,
Right.
everybody saw right here, Nevada and Mile. So, that line runs all the way down way past Woodward, right?
Right.
So they're doing some work on Woodward. And what happened was, when they turned the water back on, like Tim was saying about the pressure, it was weak right there, and that part exploded way down here. And so you wouldn't necessarily know, I mean, they kind of know, but you wouldn't know if something happened.
Right.
And so it's just kind of like one of them things, just like what happened out there when they had a big water thing out in Romeo or wherever that was, Romeo Plank and all that. They were doing some work
In the
like maybe a few miles, like 4 or 5 miles south or something like that. And when they turned the water back on, they kind of turned it on a little too hard, whatever the case was.
Right.
And that, so it's just like fixing a car. If you got something new and you put on some old, and the old stuff kind of breaks.
You saying that they're responsible or we responsible, a homeowner, I'm a homeowner, right?
Well, what I'm saying is,
you
what I'm saying,
responsible.
because if your old stuff breaks because,
They fixing something,
well, indirectly,
yeah.
not fixing them right there,
Right.
you know it's them, but they're several blocks away.
Right.
And then something happened to your stuff because you had something old.
Yeah.
You wouldn't necessarily, it's not like they're gonna come around and
They're
say, hey,
the resource
we
to make
fixed
sure.
this over here, and you know what I mean, so.
So
Oh, by the way, I'm not an expert.
It's like Car Shield. It's just like.
That's a short.
Yeah. No, right now, you responsible for your house. To the line. So like he said, if they have it for,
Yeah.
and it's done. Okay.
My name is Dr. Martin Troy. I own a business, in the community legacy green. I also live here. I actually can speak about this from experience. I had my basement and stuff like the backup. I didn't know what was going on. So when I called the plumber out, they snaked my line. They got right out to the back of my house. Right, no, right from my house, the house, the backyard. And it was on the other side. I had to have my yard held up. Yeah. And that's what they're talking about. It will cover anything outside of your house. That's still your responsibility.
That's in
even
your
though
yard.
it's outside of your house. That's what I'm saying. Yes, ma'am.
Yeah.
My back,
In
so
your
this
back.
your basement, this is your back wall of your house, the pipe is outside.
So
and
the back of your
inside
house all the way
house.
to the alley, it's your responsibility.
Yes.
Right. I like to call them pipe. Check the size and see. I'm leaving him alone.
Trying to tell you, yeah, bro, I gotta pay you.
That's my line. That's your house to the alley. That is your responsibility if something goes wrong.
Well, what I want to say about those lines, if they clean those catch basins, you will have to come back. I had a flood in my house. It came from the catch basin because they.
Right.
Yep. You know, I've worked 21 years, you know, I never seen them clean them catch basins. So if they clean out that catch basin, we won't have that problem. Because guess what? I haven't had a flood since they cleaned that catch basin. That water went out.
I have them come out and do water in our area.
Yeah, if you don't see any water going through them, they clog.
Yeah.
They should have a stream of flow of water going through them. If you don't feel.
Right.
Grass.
Okay. It's fine. And I know I'm tired, y'all tired, I know the doctor's tired. This is what we get ready to do. Okay, did I miss anybody that needs to give an update? Make it quick, make it quick. Go on one, okay, you in the back, I mean, got to take it.
So yeah, you know, okay, hey, don't very
No, I'm trying to get, I got for real, and I'm trying to get away. Fire extinguisher, for the holiday, just in case somebody come and catch fire. You release the stuff out. Okay, so I did get you all what it is. Yeah. Okay. It's all you, brother.
All right. Hello, everyone. Good to see you again. And I'd like to welcome you to the precinct. It's Commander McKay
Okay.
and Captain. All right. So I'm Damian Mitchell, your community liaison, and I'm gonna give you a quick update, like 2 minutes. All right, so the first thing is this Friday, the 17th at 10 a.m. Second Ebenezer is doing a free food drive. Free turkey this Saturday at Perfecting Church at 10 a.m. First come, first serve. And December the 16th, Second Ebenezer is giving out free coats to the whole family. And that started at 10 a.m. That's draft. All right. The councilman is having his annual bingo event. So we're expecting about 200 people. So we're gonna have food and entertainment. And also, if you have issues and you see me or you see a staff member, you can let us know. So if you got a tree falling on your house and you come to this event, you should be there that with us and let us know that you got a tree or a fire hydrant is leaking or any issue that you got, you just let us know. So we like to have fun, but it's still issues that need to get taken care of. And yes, I'm gonna have a lot for everybody. And the last thing is, we do have a lot of fun in our office, but also we take care of a lot of business. So we compiled a booklet to let you know, since the councilman been in office, the things that's been accomplished and they got done. So we thought it was important to let residents know that our office is working and what actually is getting done. So we got a booklet, it breaks it down. If you got any questions, you can call the district office, our number is on there, and we got our downtown office. So it's important that you call if you got any questions, because we need to be responsive to you and making sure that we are answering the needs. And that being said, any questions? Oh, I enjoy you calling. All right, thank you.
Okay, announcement real quick.
Hi, everyone. I'm from Creative Empowerment Counseling Services. We're opening up at 5,000 East 7 Mile Road. And I wanted to give everybody a flyer. So if you know anybody in need, you need somebody to talk to in confidence with no bias, give us a call. Oh, okay.
What street is 5,000 East 7 Mile?
It's
What
right
street is that on?
there, between Finland and the other street that's next to it. It used to be the old middle point. Nursing home, which we were donated that facility, well, community tree out in the Detroit world. It's gonna be an FLI home for Finland and a middle.
We have this gentleman here.
I don't know whether you could tell me or not. I think we had this like one time before about these posters. Foster homes into our neighborhood.
Talking about the group home. Yeah.
Don't they get our permission before they just do it?
Regulated by the state.
No, not at all.
No.
Are you saying it's in our law?
Yeah.
Yes.
There's nothing saying that they can't.
Wasn't sure about that now.
So there's no ordinance for saying that if you can't do something, then you can do it. But they get the license from the state of Michigan.
Okay. So they said we can have 5 of these blocks.
You sure can.
Yeah.
Well, I'll be selling my house.
Yeah.
So we can.
Here.
Okay, pay attention.
Let's go. I want to get out of here and I know y'all do too. So let's cut to
I'll
the
make
chase.
it really fast. I know we have a lot of vacant houses out there, so I just want to announce myself to the club members. If you have a vacant home or you want the address painted on it, like your various presidents or whatever, we passing out my flyers, I'm volunteering my time. And the way that people can actually help me out is if you have your home, you own your home, you want the address on there. I can do that for you, but I'm volunteering my time for your vacant home.
Okay. I want something that you have, okay?
Yeah.
Yeah. You know, they take that.
Thank While you guys are doing that, we're gonna have our new commander and our captain to go ahead.
No, man.
So we can give out your, do our ring doorbell. So we're gonna have you guys pull.
You probably want to open that.
Pull one now. Yeah, okay, go ahead, read the names. You good? And they have to be present.
I can't see.
I'm not mad. Oh, my glasses.
Get them from Bridget Sylvie.
Bridget Sylvie.
Bridget Sylvie, is anybody online? Bridget Sylvie? Oh, I'm sorry, you gotta be in person. Y'all don't come here yet?
Bridget Sylvie.
Okay. Go ahead, Spike. Okay, put it down there.
I don't know. Sign in sheet. When you sign in.
Coming from the sign-in sheet.
Okay.
And what I do, every, like, from last month, I cut it and everybody was here last month, they're going in this bag now. So every month I keep putting them in there.
Oh.
I'm gonna put them in there for our next meeting. If we do it, we might, if we do a Christmas party, I'm gonna give some out for the Christmas party. But I'm not gonna have you guys, the name, we'll probably just more do a raffle type thing.
But if you already won, you can't win again.
Sarita Cheatham.
That's all.
Sarita Cheatham. Sarita Cheatham.
Going once, twice, gone. Okay, again. There you go, Commander.
Dora Hatcher.
Cynthia Montgomery. Cynthia Montgomery.
I have three. And what I'm.
Eric Miller.
Eric Miller.
He gone.
Okay, so we're gonna solve all the. Okay, so this is what I'm gonna have the captain and commander. Well, I stopped because nobody, doing this all night. What I'm gonna try to do is.
Hello.
What happened?
I don't know. It just went out.
It's only showing 5 participants. So maybe we got disconnected.
Yeah, I think so too.
Okay, see you next time.
Yes, have a good weekend.
You too.
All right, bye-bye.
Bye.
Hello? I'm sorry.
Wait. You're losing people.
Give me 1 second, 1 second. Okay, my apologies. It was technical difficulty. It dropped everybody, but they ended the meeting already. So you guys have any questions for us?
No, thank you.
You're welcome. You guys have a good night.
You too.
Thank you.